I'm Shelly Turner with the Builderall team. In this video, I'm going to talk about new checkout features. So let's check out our new checkout. So I'm going to go to plus, and then I'm going to go all the way down to the bottom where it says checkout. And when I click that, it shows me our checkout options. So we've got a 3-step checkout, a 2-step checkout, and the new one is going to be the 1-step checkout. So I'm just going to click on that and add it to my page. Now when it adds it to the page, it's usually pretty big when it adds it. So I have to kind of create some extra space for it. There we go. And now we've got our checkout added, but our checkout doesn't actually have anything in it. So the first thing we need to do is actually create an offer to add to our checkout. So I'm going to right click that and I'm going to click change offer. And now inside this offer I can set up a bunch of information. So the first thing I'm going to do is come up with an image for my offer. So I'm going to click on this area, and that pulls up my digital file repository. And now I can click an image that is of my product and go ahead and click confirm. So now I've got an image added, and I'm going to add the offer name. And I'll also put in a description. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to decide if I need a thank you page. So once they go through and purchase this product, what page do I want to send them to after they make their purchase? So I can choose to not have a thank you page, or I can click the down arrow and choose a page that already exists, or on the fly I can add a page. So I'm just going to go ahead and choose add a page. I'm going to add it to layout number 1. I have 2 layouts available, but I'm going to add it to layout number 1, and then I'm going to click save. And now I have to name it. So on the page name I'm going to type in thank you, and for the address I'm going to type in thank you, and then I'll click OK. And what it does is it creates a thank you page in the background for me, and after I'm done setting up this offer and configuring the checkout, I'll have to go into that thank you page and edit it to match my website. Then I have the option to create a downsell page, and what that means is if they choose to not buy your product, you can have a no thank you button, and when they click that no thank you button, it sells them something else. It takes them to another page that allows you to try to sell them another item, maybe something that's less expensive than the main item you're trying to sell them. So from here you can leave this blank, or you can click the down arrow and choose a page that exists already, or you can add one on the fly by clicking add page. So I'm going to go ahead and click add page, and I'm going to add it to layout number 1 and click save, and we'll call this the downsell page. And once I name them, I'm going to click OK. So now on the fly, we've created a thank you page and we've created a downsell page. Remember, for both of these pages, we haven't edited them yet, so we'll have to go in and manually edit them to match our website. The next item is the offer payment. So how are we going to receive payment? So you can choose either a PayPal that you've already got set up, a Stripe account that you've already got set up, a Braintree account that you've already got set up, or an authorized.net account that you've already got set up. If you don't want to use any of those, you can go to edit offer payment and you can just add a new one. So I'll just close this window and we'll go back here and we'll choose one of the ones that are already in there. There we go. So now we have our payment method. The next thing we need to do is choose the currency payment. So I'm going to click here to choose what currency we're going to use, and I'm in the US, so I'm going to use the US dollar. If you use Stripe, you can choose here to postpone charges. This is like an invisible funnel where you tell them if you really like our product, you'll be charged in 10 days. If you don't like our product, just cancel and you won't be charged. So this is only available through Stripe. The next item is the expiration date. So if this offer expires on a specific date, you can actually add that date right here. Then we've got an automated email system, and the default is already in the system. And these are the automated emails that send out the confirmation of purchase. They send out an abandoned cart email and a couple of other emails. So if you want those automated emails to go out, just select the default method. If you want the customer to have their information added to a mailing boss list, all you need to do is click here and you can add it to any of your mailing boss lists that you have currently set up. If you do not have a mailing boss list set up, you need to go into mailing boss, set up your list, then come back here and choose your mailing boss list. This is optional. You don't have to choose this. Then you can do a custom webhook. This is pulling information from the purchase, and you can put it into a spreadsheet and then put it into different programs if you want to use that information. And I have a special training on how to use webhooks in your checkouts. And then if you've got coupons that you want to make available to your customers, you can actually set up a list of coupons and then make those coupons available here. If you don't have coupons set up, but you do want to set them up, you can click Manage Coupons, and that will allow you to create a group of coupons and then add them into this list. Once you've filled out all this information, you're going to click Next. Then you're going to add the individual items that you have in your offer. So this is item number 1. I'm going to click on it, and it gives me the option to add an image again. So I'm going to click the image. The first item in my offer, I'm going to have that as just a book. So I'm going to click on this and click Confirm. And now I've got an image of that book, and I'm going to put the name of the book in there. And I'm also going to put a description in there. And then I put the price, which right here I've got $10, which is fine. And on this item, I can actually do a discount. And I can add that discount directly to the item, or I can add it to the whole offer, meaning every single item I put in here will get that discount. Then if I want to release a membership area, I can check mark this and then click in here, and it will show me the available membership areas if I want to release a membership area when they purchase this product. If I have a recurring payment, I can check mark this, and when I check mark it down below, it allows me to set up the recurring payment information. So I can choose to have it pull out the recurring payment monthly, and then here I can choose if it's an infinite cycle or if after a number of payments it expires. So if I don't want it to be an infinite cycle, maybe I only want it to be monthly payments for 10 payments, and then after that it ends. But for me, I could have it as an infinite cycle also. I can also make items optional. If I do not choose optional here, then this item will be on the invoice. If I choose optional, they can check mark it and say, I want this item. So if I choose optional, I get a couple more fields. I have an upsell message, so I can say, yes, I want it. And then I can change the optional theme in the upsell area. So I can choose yellow or a number of different colors. I'll go ahead and choose blue because that's my favorite color. I'm going to go ahead and uncheck optional for this one. I can also choose to include shipping. This is important if you're doing a free plus shipping offer. If you're doing free plus shipping, you can make the dollar amount here 0 and then check mark shipping and add the shipping amount in. And now you've got a free plus shipping offer. I can also give access to an e-learning area. So if this item, once purchased, allows them access to e-learning, I just check mark e-learning. And then from here, I can click to choose the e-learning course that they get access to once they purchase. Then this item here is an email message that goes on their custom receipt. So if you want a special message to send to them via email, you can do that right here. Once you've created your first item, you can actually add more items. We'll go ahead and click and add another item. And for this one, I'm going to create a second item that they can purchase, and we'll make this one optional. So for this one, we'll actually have the whole set of books, and we'll click Confirm, and we'll call this Freedom and Forgiveness, and we'll say that this one costs $50, and we'll add the description, and then we can choose to add a discount just like the other item. We can choose a member area to give them access to if they purchase this. We can have it recurring price if you want it recurring, and I'm going to choose optional for this one. So we're going to say that they must choose item number 1, but they can add this as an upsell item number 2. Okay, I can choose to add shipping. I can also make this conditional, where the only way they can purchase this is if they purchase something else. So if I check mark this, I have to identify the item that they have to purchase before they can purchase this one. So it's conditional on them choosing something else before they're allowed to choose this one to purchase. So with this being an upsell, I can put my upsell message in here. Yes, I want this. I can choose the optional theme. So for me, I'm going to choose blue because blue is my favorite color. I can also choose to give them access to e-learning if they purchase this item. And I can choose a custom message to go in my email for the receipt. So let's take a look at the items that we've added. We've added a 7 paths to forgiveness. This is not an optional item, so they will automatically end up purchasing this. Then this one is the Freedom and Forgiveness package, and this is optional. They can check mark this to be able to purchase it. Once I've got both of those items in, I can click Save and Confirm. So let's go to Preview and then return to Edit. And now everything is updated. So I have my image here and then my title, and then I have the image here, and I have the items, which the first one was 7 paths to forgiveness. Remember, that's not optional. That's automatically invoiced. And then if they want to get the upsell or the bump sell, they can choose Yes, I want it, and that will activate this item. So if we go to Preview and take a look at it, we can see that if I choose Yes, I want it, it adds that item to the invoice and then totals both items together. So that's creating the offer for the checkout. Now let's talk about configuring the checkout to make it look exactly like we want it to look. So I'm going to right click and I'm going to go to Configure. And here's where I can configure the appearance of this checkout. The first one is the theme. And the theme has 2 columns by default. If I click that down arrow, I've got a default that I can choose. If I click that, it changes it to 1 column. So I'm going to click Confirm, and you'll see that it changes the entire look of our checkout system. So now I've got this information here in 1 column, and it actually makes it quite longer, so I have to extend the length of it. And it looks very different than the 2 column. So if I want it back to 2 column, I just right click and go to Configure and change this to 2 columns and then Confirm. And that changes it back to the 2 column view, which looks a lot neater. I'm going to right click again and go to Configure. And I can also choose Big and click Confirm. And this one again goes back to 1 column, but it makes everything a little bit bigger so you can see it better. And because it's bigger, I'm going to have to stretch it out again to make sure it fits on my page so that scrolling bar does not appear. I like the 2 column the best, so I'm going to right click and go to Configure, and I'm going to change it to 2 columns and then Confirm. And I like that view best, so that's the one I'll keep. I'm going to right click again and go to Configure, and now let's go to some text configuration. So if I click in that area, I've got a lot of options here to change the text inside of this checkout. So the first one is the font style. It defaults to Helvetica Neue. If I click on that, I can choose any other type of font. So let's change it to PT Sans. So I'll just check mark that and confirm. And you'll see that my text should start to change to a different style because I chose a different font style for my checkout. Now I'm going to right click again and go to Configure. And I've changed my font. Now I can start changing all of the individual areas to change the size and to change the wording. So right here we've got personal info title, and there's personal info title right there. So I can change the wording of that, and I can say register now to purchase. And not only can I change that text, but I can change the size and make it a little bit bigger. Let's make it a 25, and then I'm going to confirm. And now I have registered now to purchase, and it's bigger than it was in the beginning. So I can right click again and go to Configure, and I've got several more areas that I can change, including this area right here where it says order. I can change the offer title, and I can change the size of that, so we'll make that a 25 as well. And then I'm going to click Confirm, and now it's changed the wording there, and it's changed the size. So I can right click it again and go to Configure. And here's the button text right here. I can actually change that text and the size. And the upsell text where it says yes I want, I can change that text and the size. And then I can enable the downsell button. Remember that we chose a downsell page, And we want to give the person the ability, if they don't want to purchase this, to purchase something else that may be less expensive. So I did already add my downsell page, but I have to enable the downsell button. So I'm going to check mark this, and then I'm going to say no thanks for the downsell button text, and I'm going to make the text just a little bit bigger. We'll say 25, and then I'll confirm. And now I have a button that says no thanks. So if they choose to not purchase this, they can check mark. They can click no thanks, and it will take them to that downsell page. I'm going to right click again and go to configure. The last area that we're going to check is color settings. So we've already looked at the 2-column settings, the text configuration. Now we're going to do colors. And we can change just about any of the colors that are on this checkout system. So right here we have the border, and the border is actually kind of a gray color. You can change that to whatever color you want. So we can go to configure and change that border color from gray to something else. On the personal info, which is right here, it's set to blue, but we can change that to any color we want to change it to. The offer title color, that's right here, and right now it's a blue color, but I think it'd look better as white, so let's change that to white, and OK, and then we'll confirm. And now it's white, so you can see it a lot better. So any of these things can be changed. Just go into the right click and configure, and then those color settings, and you'll be able to change those colors to whatever you want. Once you get everything ready, your checkout is going to be ready for your customers to purchase your product. So that's how you add the new one-step checkout into your pixel perfect website in Builderall.